Hey, what's happening, everybody? I wanted to talk to you all today about maybe a little bit of an unorthodox strategy, you might say, because it kind of goes against the grain. And this strategy I like to call, well, there's really no way to say it other than screw the traditional. Okay, now what in the world does screw the traditional mean other than sounding almost borderline derogatory? Think about this. What is traditional? Okay, traditional, at least in American culture, is that you're supposed to go to school until you're 18, get out of high school, and then you're supposed to go to college, and then you're supposed to get a piece of paper, and then after that you're supposed to get a job, and after that you're supposed to get married, and then you're supposed to have a couple kids, then you're supposed to have a mortgage, and then you're supposed to be stressed, overweight, worn down, working a job you don't like, having a relationship that's suffering because not enough time is being put into it, having a dissonance between you and your kids, and your health is deteriorating, and by the time you hit 45, you look like you're 60. Okay, now that's technically what traditional, I mean, really, if we look at statistics, right, and people who follow that path, that's what ends up happening. And then going on a path that they follow and that they think they're supposed to, they get a job, and statistics say that something like 80% of Americans do not like their job. I mean, 80%, you guys, think about that. 80%, where we spend the majority of our waking time, 80% of us do not like it. And then statistics also say something like 53% of first marriages end in divorce, 65% for second marriages, 76% for third. So instead of learning, we get worse and worse and worse. Okay, why? Why? It's because we're following traditional paths. We're going by what somebody tells us we're supposed to do, what they say. Who in the hell is they? Think about that. Who is they? We say, they say we're supposed to do this. They say we're supposed to do that. Well, they said this, they said that. Who's they? Who? I don't know. Who's they? But we put so much stock into they. We put so much stock into they because they tell us we're supposed to do that. But we don't stop to ask ourselves, is this what I really want to do? What would life be like if instead of investing all of our time and energy and our hopes and dreams into what they think we're supposed to do, if we stopped and asked ourselves, what do I want to do? What is important to me? Do I need to go to college? Do I want to get a job? Do I want to, and if I do, what industry do I want to work in? Do I want to get the first job that comes along, or do I want to really focus on pursuing my passion? Do I need to get married at 24, or should I wait until I'm 28 or 32? Do I need to get the mortgage and the white picket fence right away? Is there something I could do to ensure and invest in myself to learn relationship skills so I can ensure I have the best relationship? Do I get my ducks lined up in a row so that way I'm really able to give everything I want to in the relationship? Who is they? We put so much of our lives in the fate of they. Somebody in there and something we don't even know who they are. Yet we go forth blindly like little sheep, bah, bah, that was my sheep noise, following along a path that has been laid out in front of us, and we don't even know who's laying out the path. Think about this. Think about how much hesitancy we have in so many aspects of our life because we're not completely sure where it came from. Right? If a piece of food, you're at a restaurant, a piece of food falls on the floor, you don't want to eat it because you don't know what's been on that floor. You don't know where things have been. It might be dirty, it could be germy, whatever. And there's no way you're going to touch it. So we will not invest into that unknown yet for things that are of utmost importance, our life, our joy, our happiness. We put so much into they. We follow this traditional, predetermined path for what? So then we get to the point and we're 45 and work's not what we want, our relationship's not what we want, our health's not what we want. And you guys, I don't mean to picture such a bleak picture here. Okay, I don't in any way mean to do that. I'm doing this purposely and maybe being a little over dramatic because I want to illustrate a point. I really want to impress upon you here how important it is for us to stop and step back and not think about how we think we're supposed to think because they told us that, but to think about what it is we really want. What is it that you want? So what I would love for you all to do is to take a moment after this video is done. Pull out a pen and paper. You can even use it in the comments below and write down, what do you want for your life? What do you want for your life? What does your dream job look like? What does your dream relationship look like? What does your dream life look like? And is there some changes that you could make right now that's going to put you more on that path to living that dream? I can almost guarantee you with 100% certainty that the changes you will need to make are not going to be the changes that they tell you they need to make. There are going to be the changes that come from in here and in here. Listen to these guys. They are going to always lead you in a much more positive path and the path you're meant to be on than any other they out there. Screw the traditional. I'll talk to you all soon.